Hey, Rigsters here, now with another episode of American Truck Sim. We're now continuing our journey to Elko, Nevada, hauling some clothes from Tucson, Arizona. So, now we're at 615 miles. We advanced about 300 some miles from the previous part of the journey. And so far, so good on the sleep front, 1% damage. How did they damage the truck and the trailer 1%? Don't get that. It's probably when I tapped the rail or something. So I have 7 hours and 30 minutes of virtual sleep to go. So have the cruise control engaged there, and we'll just keep on trucking. So the reason why I like doing 65 as cruise control is because the speed limit constantly changes from 75 to 65. And I'd rather get better diesel fuel economy. Because I'm trying to see if I can get higher than 6 miles to the gallon, but the trucks in front of me do not make that easy. Oh, I have to eventually get into the right lane here. So I gotta start signaling to the right here. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Now I just have to make a right-hand turn around a bend. So let's see how we do. Oh gosh. I had to really slam on the brakes there. Holy smokes. I had these service brakes and the engine brake at the same time. So I wouldn't do a massive collision, which really would have sucked. So I have to wait for traffic to move. So let's do a difficult right-hand turn. Just watching that trailer in the back here so I don't get tail dragged out. 582 miles to go. Interesting. It seems I could build up enough PSI over the trip, so that's good. The brake pressure is still running good. Oh. Yeah, it's 45 up to here, so I'm not worried about that. Besides, by the time I slow myself down, it speeds up anyways. See what I mean? It's like 3 short hops and it's like boom. See how the virtual sleep timer is? 6 hours and 42. So we're at 572 miles. We have 10 hours and 26 virtual minutes to go. See how the fuel economy is now, 5.9. Yeah, it's because I have to do a lot of stop and go. That's for sure. 64, no, 165. There we go. Now we got 65. So now I'll try to maintain that with cruise control. This is really cool, the scenery in the background. We got like a bunch of power poles, guardrails that are different. And should turn on the low beams. Oh, yeah, I don't want high beams, just want low beams. Turn the low beams on because it's getting virtually dark. Definitely don't want to forget my speed limit went from 75 to 65 again. Jeez, speed limit changes all the time. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. It's kind of interesting to see at 555 Public Horizons Public Storage. Go 555 Horizons Storage today and get your stuff stored. Let's see what these are. Drink, drive, loose, and does it say Papa Auto Parts? Papa, that's pretty funny. So right now we're averaging 6 miles a gallon, which is good. Should get a little more down there. We have 905 miles, averaging 6 miles, 0.1 miles a gallon, because there's a downhill session here. Is this on the engine coast? Speed limit's still 65. So, doing good. We're now almost halfway through the journey, which is a pretty long journey. That's for sure. It's just kind of funny seeing how I have like two monitors to see like my recording and then my game doing this at the same time. It's kind of funny. Green sun. That is a drink escape. Fuel gauge is still good and all the brake pressures are showing normal. Okay, just double check that. Yeah, 122 brake pressure. That's good. Primary and secondary air is still running good. And the engine load percentage 125. No idea. Oh, speed limit's 55 now. Interesting. Wonder why. Oh, I can see because it's tighter turns here. So I throw on the engine brake. Yeah, just slow it down a little bit with the engine brake. It has enough engine power to slow down from at 55. So I want to make sure it's going to use more gas going up and down these hills, that's for sure. Don't want to go too fast though. These are pretty tight turns. They don't look tight turns, but for an 18-wheeler, these turns are actually very tight. Going at 45 miles an hour. Just letting the engine coast. Saving gas. And also making sure I don't go too quickly here. Using engine braking to slow it down. Sure, do that. Wow, look at this area. This area of Nevada looks really cool. There's like a Ferris wheel, a blimp. It looks like a radio tower or cell tower. Pretty cool. I like the cloud effects and stuff as well. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I average the speed limit here. Looks like there's some traffic jam. It's like a smaller highway here. Shark-free aquarium. That's pretty funny. We are now at 400. Oh, it's my virtual driver getting tired. 5 hours and 3 minutes. Oh, okay. So it's not virtual at the same time yet. Still making good progress though. Driver's still good. Fuel is now at 6.2 miles a gallon, so it is possible to get higher than 6. You just have to go slower. The current estimated range, we're at 866 miles, so we have 400 miles of range to work with, which is good. I forgot how much gallons this particular one's equipped with. I'll be sure to visit that. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna tap the service brakes here, or aka the air brakes. Start using the engine brake. I'm gonna start slowing down here. Yeah, I'm gonna start slowing down with the returner. Don't want to go too fast. Oops. Oh, I hit the wrong exit. So I accidentally added a little bit of mileage by accident. Nope. Got confused by the exit sign. I'm like, doesn't make any sense. Uh-oh. It's a disabled truck there. Gonna have to signal and get over and get over again. I want this truck through. Oh, what? Ah, AI. AI. I don't know why he did that. Confused me. Oh well, that's his problem. In real life, you don't want to have people do that. Oh, exit only. Yeah, I'm gonna get off this exit. Go to Flamingo Road East, because that's where the GPS is saying. And then single right here. And then use the engine brake and retarder. There we go. Use the brake retarder. Yeah, definitely, the retarder is definitely very useful. Faster than 30 over these turns. And make sure single here. I know it's kind of awkward using the. Oh god, I have to make a complete left turn. Are you kidding me? Oh, I got a turn arrow. Better take advantage of that. If we want to get through that. Because the traffic will start moving if I don't. As if a police car is going to catch my truck speeding there to try to get up the highway speed. Give me a break. Silly game. Tricks are for kids. Alright, so now that we did that, which lane? Oh no, I bumped the vehicle? Are you kidding me? Oh no. Wait. Oh. Alright, and I accidentally bumped some kind of car, so it lost $400. Oh, I lucked out. It didn't actually further damage the trailer. No, it's still at 1%, which is a good thing. Ow. Well, if that's the right way to go, why is it telling me all that? So see what the virtual driver sheet says. 3 hours and 42 virtual minutes. Boy, that's not good. We'll have to eventually do a virtual sleep in a virtual cabin, which basically accelerates time. We're at 450 miles remaining for this part of the trip. At least we're now finally going the right direction, and they're now actually making mileage, which is good. Now averaging 6.1 miles per gallon. So really it's like 6.1. It's a range of 814 estimated miles, which is plenty of time. Oh, so tight. And let's see here. Use brake retarder. And turn around. Oh. Yeah, I gotta keep turning. Oh. Why is there a car there? See, realize that I did see him there. It just like starts up like a butthead. Wait, what's this? Stop here on red. Oh. Oh, it's a stop here on red sign. I think I'll be able to do that when we see with the 3-key view. Let's see what it looks like at 1. There we go. Go. Let's get going. What's he trying to do? It's like, dude, there's one lane. Stay in your lane. That's all you have to do. So let's see, the virtual sleep timer is 3 hours and 10. That means I'll have to pull over this side of the road in 3 virtual hours. So let's hope that I can get some further mileage before that point. Let's see here. Averaging about 50 to 65 miles an hour, so I definitely know I'll have to pull over to get the virtual driver some rest. Because eventually it'll start, characters start falling asleep and black out the screen, so you can't know what's going on. super tired. Oh, what the heck? Really? Butthead. He just suddenly slams on his brake for no reason. So now it's turned on the high beams with the K key by default. And now we got, let's see here, I think damage is still good, 21%. And we'll speed it up to like 50 miles an hour at least. Using the high beams is very useful in this game, especially on a road like this. Yeah, when I plug in 18th gear. Yeah, I have it going to 18th gear at 60. This is speed limit at 70. See what the chart says here, 2 hours and 34 virtual time remaining. Why don't we get the character further along? There we go. Looking at it in virtual gear. It's good. Just use the engine brake there with the cruise control, then turn it off. There we go. Perfect. Now the truck is moving along nicely right now. Oh, it automatically applies the brake retards if I go faster than 3 miles an hour over. You can change that to like 5 or even 6 miles an hour over, but why? Why would you want to go 6 over the speed limit? 3 miles an hour over is plenty of like differential, so you're not constantly hitting the gas and brake at the same time, because it's wasteful after a while if you go lower than 3 for cruise control in this game. So 2 hours and 6 virtual minutes. We're at 378. That's not good. Virtual driver's starting to get sleepy. Physical driver's sort of getting sleepy. Let's pull over at 370 miles, which is good. There we go. Alright, let's pop the flashers, which is the F key. And then let's find, so down here, find the spot I can safely park. Port drunk drivers, port sleepy drivers too. So I think I need to figure out how to sleep the driver, so I'm going to slow down here. Yeah, there we go. Slow it down here with my rear suspension. And do that here. And shut off the engine. Oops. Yeah, I don't want the lights on. There we go. Now I think to sleep the driver, no, stairway, no, not that one. How do I sleep the virtual driver? There's a way you can do it. Let's see, F7, F8, no, I think it's F1. We'll figure it out on the next episode. So I'll be on part 3 of this journey. I had to sleep the virtual driver, but I'm at 300 miles to go.